Here we are again, peeps. Some poor unfortunate Phalaenopsis orchids that are in dire need of a rescue. So yeah, these are from work. Although I'm going to be returning them, I know, once I've done my thing with them and they've bounced back a little bit. But yeah, I just couldn't stand to watch this neglect anymore. The least I can do is try and help these little dudes out a little bit. Although, at a glance, they don't look that pretty, but I think, judging by what I'm seeing in this pot, it's not all doom and gloom. It's a case of a little bit of leaf rot, some removal of dead stuff, dead roots, and getting rid of that old, what looks like broken down media. And the same goes for this guy here. Oh god, look, that looks nasty as hell. But all in all, he doesn't look so bad. I mean, he's got some really interesting spike action. A spike that kind of started as a spike, thought it was going to be a keiki, changed its mind again, changed its mind a third time, and then, hang on if I put him down because I'm doing this one-handed, and then he decided to turn into a flower spike. So I've never seen a confused orchid so confused. Well, this one's probably the most confused. I'm sorry, the camera is having a terrible time focusing with the light on. It's dark, but I was itchy and I needed to really see to these guys. I'm not quite sure what the root situation is because his pot is covered, so what I'm going to do is remove the cover and these sticks and we can start taking a look at these guys. I think we're going to start with this guy here. So I'm seeing some green, but I'm also seeing a lot of mushy and icky stuff. So I think this is basically going to be a case of judge once it's out of the pot. Also, I'm going to get a shot of this because he's got roots poking out at the bottom, so I'm not sure if I should just cut them or try and wriggle them out because I don't know what the state of the roots are like that they're attached to. This requires some thought. God damn it. Well, it turns out it wasn't as hard as I thought. They just kind of came out. So that's good, no root damage, but yeah, this is kind of what we're dealing with here. There's a lot of mush, a lot of broken down material, some white fuzzy mould by the looks of it. Gonna have to give this a real treatment. I think this is just it's bad. It's bad. There's plenty of life coming at top. I think that's a spike. Yeah, that's a spike. So it's actually spiking again. This one is eager to live. So hopefully he's eager enough to bounce back. So let's get to work and start cleaning him up. Okay, so this is what we're left with. Not all that much, but it's something. There's quite a few strong aerial roots. There's some subterranean roots, and there's some new roots coming through. Accidentally got damaged while I was picking away some of the dead stuff, but never mind. I've kept the spikes. I've just pruned back all the dried out dead ones. So what I'm going to do now is, as you can see, he's quite dusty and dirty, so I'm just going to wash down the leaves, spray him down for pests and mould and stuff, and then we can get him back into a new, fresh, sterilised pot. Okay, so he's all dust-free, treated, looking a little bit shinier. Less roots, but healthier nonetheless. And I've got a freshly sterilised pot, so I'm just going to fill it up and get him in there, and then we can start working on the other one. Right, now, as for this guy, little cakey. That's so cool. Okay, I guess let's see how bad he is. Okay, similar situation. There's a lot of mushy and papery stuff. And the medium is severely degraded. Then I'm seeing some black spots. So I'm going to loosen this up and see what's salvageable. You see that, peeps? That's the little peat basket that was used to propagate and get this guy started. So the telltale signs of I'm just buying an orchid and yeah, then it dies. This is generally why. It decomposes, it starts to encourage rot, and then it will just take out the roots. So this is also one of many good reasons why you need to repot your orchids, especially if they're coming from a supermarket or a big box store kind of thing. Generally, if they come from a nursery or some sort of horticultural specialist, you don't have to worry about things like this. The orchids are generally in very good medium and in good health, but yeah, when you get them from the supermarkets or the big box stores, this needs to go. So yeah, a good reason, one of many, to get your orchid out of that pot and into something better, because otherwise it's just going to yeah, it's just going to decline and you're not going to know why. That's one of the reasons. So that's it. There they are. I had to upsize this guy's pot because he was actually in a mini Phalaenopsis pot, and I also had to take off the leaf that had the black spot on, but everything else looked okay. His roots were super healthy. I didn't have to take off that much, so I'm very confident that this guy here is going to have no issue bouncing back at all. It's a little bit dusty there from the debris on that. So I'm going to hold off watering them until the weekend, and then I can let the open wounds callus over and then water them with my other orchids. This guy as well, he looks so much more better. You know, all that dead nasty stuff off. Okay, it still doesn't look so pretty, but it's much better than he was. I kept the funky crazy spike and this one too, because it looks like it's doing something. So yeah, who knows? Let's see where that one goes. He's got some nice aerial roots, and as of yet you can't really see anything in the bottom, but there are a couple of, let's see, you can see one there. There are a couple of remaining subterranean roots. But yeah, so I'm gonna hang on to them for a little while, make sure they start recovering, and then I'm going to return them, and hopefully she'll be a little bit more wiser on how to care for these things in the future. Or if not, she'll certainly know to ask me. Anyway, peeps, thanks for watching. As always, it's much appreciated. Much love, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.